Yes. Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Harshita and everyone else. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Moodle is the first option you check, the last option, WebEx, and then Moodle, I think, because Moodle is many times not working and it is also very resource heavy. Yeah. And recording we get even with only WebEx. And yes, of course, with Moodle. And if outside Moodle on WebEx we take a session, that recording is also available. So That is not an issue. If others are not able to uh, join due to network issues, we can have WebEx with the same link, same lecture. Pass on the WebEx link as well. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I think the number has stabilized and others will be joining as soon as they can join. Yeah. So we will be having uh, a discussion on the regression output we get. Okay. So when we run a regression on a software package, so we get output basically in two sections. One section tells us about the overall regression model or overall regression equation, and the other section tells us about individual independent variables, how important they are. Yeah, that makes sense. Those two things are very much required. That makes sense. So let us look at an example. With the help of an example, the source is same as yesterday. Okay, source is same. Z Statistics YouTube channel. The nice person has visualized these concepts very well. So I am drawing on those visualizations to have a discussion. Yeah. So before that, let us discuss hypothesis testing a little bit, because we use hypothesis testing in uh, analyzing the regression output. Okay. So how can hypothesis testing be used? In both the sections, one we are calling it an ANOVA section, where the overall regression model is considered, how good it is evaluated, and there is a variable section where each independent variable is analyzed, how important it is. In both the sections of this regression output, hypothesis testing, the basic concept of hypothesis testing is used. Okay. While analyzing the ANOVA section, let me just show you the sections. Yeah. So this is how a regression output looks like. This red box is the ANOVA section, which tells us about the overall regression model. And the remaining here at the bottom, they tell us how important each of the independent variable is. Here there are three independent variables: latitude, elevation, and population. Okay. So this is basically how a output of regression looks like. We will try to understand these numbers, these headings. Yeah. So before that, let us have a look at hypothesis testing again. So what it does is, how we use it is, in the ANOVA section, we we compare the variance of two sets, one with the regression line, all the models. So in ANOVA section, how good the model is, good the overall regression model is. Okay, this we are trying to find out here. So here we are comparing the variation of two different models, so to say, one with all the variables all variables and one with only the constant. वो रिग्रेशन लाइन में जो एक कांस्टेंट होता है ना, जैसे 0.56 प्लस 2.6 into x equal to y. If this is a regression line, so x is the independent variable and this is the constant. So in ANOVA section, we compared two models, one with only the constant and one with the entire entire model. Okay. If the variation in these two models are comparable, we will say that there is no use of this regression, because both the things have come from the same source, same data set. Whether we include all the variables and develop a regression model with all the variables, or whether we just use constants, it is not making much of a difference. So to do this, to be able to infer this, we analyze the variation in this model. Variation means how off it is from actual value. How off from actual value. Actual data points. Similarly, here also, if we take only the constant, how off that will be, how off, again, the same thing, how off this is from the actual value. From actual value. So we calculate those differences, regression line we have, constant we have, and actual data points we have, based on which we have developed the regression. So we calculate those differences here from the regression line to the actual data points, here from the constant to the actual data point. And that variation, whatever that variation is here, and whatever that variation is here, if they are different, variation, okay, if different, significantly different, so to say, in terms of statistics, then implies regression line adds value, or we should use this regression line. Okay. So to compare variation in hypothesis testing, what we were doing, we were comparing basically the mean. Yeah, when we are using normal distribution, let me change color. Says that we are getting deeper into this. Yeah. So using normal distribution for hypothesis testing, we were comparing the mean. We were hypothesizing that the mean of the variable is this, and our sample value, what we get from our sample, is somewhere around this mean, and we were trying to decide whether this difference is significant, or how probable this a value this far from the mean is. Okay, so we were calculating the z value using the z table to find out that probability. Similarly, when we use variation and not the mean, here we are using mean, comparing mean. Mean. Okay. Now here we are using comparing variation. So for that, F statistic fits this model, F statistic. The graph mostly is like this. So it's not a symmetrical graph like normal distribution. So we compare the two means, two variations. Here we will have a variation, say F1, here we will have a variation, say F2. Okay, so F1 by F2, this ratio, this is called the F value. This ratio, we see how significant it is. Whether we can have this kind of F value. So from F distribution table, we see whether for a given number of variables involved. So F distribution table will give us the expected value of F given the number of variables involved. When we calculate from our data, given these many variables, we have say F hours. Just to say hours, I'll say FO, whether FO is significantly different from the table value of F. As we get table value for Z, from Z table we get a value. From F table also we get a probable value. Okay, so suppose from F table we get a value this, and our FO is this. So we say that these variations are significantly different. So then our regression line adds value. Regression line makes sense. Is the basic concept clear? We are doing hypothesis testing like we did with normal distribution, which compared the means. Now we are comparing the variation. Actually, we are calculating the ratio of this variation. The ratio should be some value which is given in the table based on calculations. If our calculated value is more than that, then we say that these variations are significantly different. This is the basic concept or basic funda, you can say. Is this much clear? Yeah. Audible, visible? Am I audible, visible? Okay, so all of most of you are there. Check. Yes.
It's somewhat clear, but I think if we take an example, then it will clear more.
Yes. So in ANOVA section, this is how we analyze, we use the hypothesis testing concept. And in the variable section, okay, let us move on to the ANOVA section then. In variable section, I'll discuss hypothesis testing again, how it is in the variable section. Then we will see. Yeah. So this is the output again, and we are focusing on the ANOVA section, the basic background we developed. Yeah. Yes. So here, the model, for the model, these are the values. For only the constants, these are the values. For just the residuals. Okay. So here we have these things. So we are comparing with the model, what is the variation, and with just the constants, what is the variation. Okay. So here we are doing that. So that sum of squares, this model sum of squares is that explained variation we saw yesterday. This residual is the other part, and this is the total sum of squares. So although how much variation is explained is not calculated, is not given directly in the output, we can calculate that. So 439 divided by 1393 will be the percentage of variation explained. Now, yeah, it is not directly given, but we can calculate like this. 439 divided by the total is the variation explained. Here, this is 0.315, that is 31.5% of the variation our regression model is able to explain. Yeah. Yes. So, and this mean square is now the measure of variation. This is sum of squares, and this is the corresponding degrees of freedom. Here we have three variables in the example. Yeah. So this is, sorry, let us have a few seconds on the example. So this is the Olympics medal tally. These are countries. These are countries, and there's many gold, silver, bronze. They have won, and this is our total medals. Total medals is the dependent variable here, number of medals, and independent variable is the latitude. That is the about the country, latitude of the country, latitude, longitude जो होता है, position of the country. Yeah, geographical position of the country, average elevation from sea level, and population. Actually, here the log of population fits better. It is found out. So, log of population is taken. You can consider it as population. The other independent variable, the third independent variable is the population. So, with these, a regression model is developed, and we are trying to analyze how good that regression model is. Yeah. So, that is shown here, the three independent variables. And the data points which are taken are 21 here. For the other part, 21 is taken. Yeah. And we are trying to now compare the variation. Compare the variation by calculating that F statistic. So F statistic, when we go to the table, we will see that degrees of freedom of numerator will be given on one axis, and the degrees of denominator will be given in another axis. Let us see. Actually, I should have taken a F table, but it is available, I hope. Yeah, not only in books, but F table. Okay, F is not a good letter to search with. I hope thing very odd will show up. Yeah. So this is how it looks. Yeah. So numerator's degrees of freedom, here we have 3, and denominator's degrees of freedom this much. And this is given for just one significance level. Significance level we have studied in hypothesis testing. Probably the last class on hypothesis testing, we discussed significance level. So for each significance level, there will be a different F distribution table. But significance level, fortunately, we consider only the common ones like 0.01, 0.05, like that. So there aren't that many F distribution tables, as many as possible, but only few selected significance level. The F distribution table corresponding to only few selected significance levels are there. So here we have this. So degrees of freedom of numerator is 3. Degrees of freedom of denominator is 21, I think. 21 or 23. Yeah, 21. So here we can see the value is 4.87. Let us check whether. Okay, so this is taken as 0.05. This is, our table is 0.01. So F table is this 0.0? Yeah. Okay, there is some ad showing up, but it's okay. So degrees of freedom of numerator is on this axis, the columns. Degrees of denominator are the rows. Here we have 3 degrees of freedom and 21 degrees of freedom in denominator. Wow, 21 is conveniently missing. Okay, this is odd. Yeah, but we get a somewhat near value. So degrees of freedom is 3. So 22 का भी अगर हम value लें, so it is around 3.05. Similar value we have 3.22. Yeah, so actual value is 3.22. If we search a little bit, we will get a better F table. But this is how it is. Yeah, this is how the F distribution is used. So one variation with the model, one with only the constant or residual. So this is the value. Okay, 3.22 is our sample's value at 5% level of significance. It is significant. It is significant than the, okay, yeah. So 3.05 we got from table and 3.22 we got from the sample. Yeah, like while using Z table, we got a value, critical value from the table, and we calculated a test statistic from the data. So here, this is our test statistic. From the table, we got 3.05, a little bit here and there, uh, because 21 degrees of freedom exactly was not there. But still, if we take that value, 3.05, that value is lower than our test statistic calculated. So we say that our test statistic is in the rejection region. Yeah, rejection region like this. Yeah. Okay. So we reject the null hypothesis that the variation in both the models are same. That is our null hypothesis. That has to become our null hypothesis, right? The alternative hypothesis is the variation in the two models are different. We are trying to prove that the variation in the two models are different. So our null hypothesis becomes the variation is not different. Okay. So here, as our test statistic is comes out to be in the rejection region, here it will be the rejection region. Yeah. From the table, we will get a this value, critical value, and our value comes somewhere here beyond the critical value. So we reject the null hypothesis that there is no significant difference between variation of these two models. So that means there is a significant difference between the variation of these two models, one with independent variables, that is our actual model, and one with only the constant. So it makes sense to go for regression here. So इतनी खिचड़ी इसीलिए पकाई गई कि ये कंक्लूड किया जाए कि regression model as such is adding any value or not. Somewhat R square value also gives us that impression. But here through hypothesis testing also, comparing the variation in these two models, we have checked that in a different way other than R square. R square also serves the same purpose in a little less robust way. And it is always good to verify things in two different ways, right? अलग अलग एंगल से देखना बहुत जरूरी होता है और वही ठीक understanding होती है. We all might have heard about the elephant story. 5 blind men and elephant. You have heard that story, right? Is it possible that some of you have not heard? कोई बोल पाएगा, कोई सुना पाएगा वो स्टोरी जिसने सुनी हुई है पहले? क्या बात है? Yes, Aditya, you have heard that five blind men and elephant story? सुना है? विवेक, Vivek's initials are very nice.
No,
Full
sir.
spell. नहीं सुना? Okay, yeah, the story is actually very simple. So five blind men are put in front of an elephant. So then they are asked to describe what is an elephant, how is an elephant. So one blind man touches his trunk, या सूंड को पकड़ता है, तो उसको लगता है ये तो किसी पेड़ के टहनी जैसा है। हाथी मतलब पेड़ की टहनी। हाँ, किसी के हाथ में पूंछ आती है, तो वो उसको देखता है, अरे हाँ ये तो झाड़ू जैसा लगता है, झाड़ू मैं मारता हूँ सुबह, तो ये जो है हाथी झाड़ू जैसा है। समझ गया मुझे, हाथी झाड़ू जैसा है। तो किसी के कोई हाथी के पेट के सामने खड़ा हो जाता है पूरा, ऐसे करके देखता है हाथ में रख के, तो उसको समझ में आता है कि हाथी मतलब दीवार है, बड़ी सी दीवार है मतलब हाथी। हाँ, तो हर ऐसे आदमी पांचों के पांचों अलग अलग पार्ट्स को देखते हैं और वो अपने तरीके से सही समझ रहे हैं, पर हाथी को कोई नहीं समझ रहा है। हाथी को कैसे समझा जाएगा? जब ये सारे एंगल्स मिलाए जाएंगे तभी हाथी को कोई समझ सकता है ना? तो ये क्रक्स है, इसलिए अलग अलग एंगल से देखना और उन अंडरस्टैंडिंग को कंबाइन करना, दैट इज सो इम्पोर्टेंट. I don't know if, yeah, that story, when I heard, I found it to be really okay. Yeah, okay. So I think I'm able to convey some part of that story properly. Yeah. So here also, R square तो है ही, हमने वो देखा. Now through hypothesis testing, using the concept of hypothesis testing and comparing variance through hypothesis testing, we conclude that it makes sense that in this case, going for regression is adding some value. Okay, this is the overall regression model part, which we call the ANOVA section. ANOVA section. Yeah. So to calculate variation, it is like this. So sum of square errors, sum of squares, you know how to calculate. Divided by degrees of freedom gives us the variation. This sum of squares also gives an indication of variance, but this divided by degrees of freedom gives a sense of average variation, which is even better. Yeah, that we can compare. Variation we can compare to find out the F statistic. And here it is in the rejection region. So we say that we reject the null hypothesis. Null hypothesis is there is no difference between these models. When we reject that, it means there is a difference between these two models, and our regression equation is indeed adding some value. Okay. So this is the ANOVA part. Now the variable section. So variable section is even better. Yeah, even closer to what we already did in normal distribution using comparing the means. So here we are again using hypothesis testing and we are comparing the means. So coefficient we got. Okay. So from this table, what will be the regression equation if I want to tell you? If I want to ask you, if I ask you what is the regression equation, actually it is given on the slide itself, just below the table. Yeah, so ऐसा जब आपको output दिख रहा है, regression equation is this. The dependent variables equals the constant, which is this, minus 54.52 plus coefficient of the first variable into the first variable, coefficient of the second variable into the second variable, that is elevation, coefficient of the third variable, which is population, into multiplied by the population. Yeah. Here the log of population is taken. So this is the regression equation. Now we are not just satisfied with getting single value of these coefficients. We want to have a range. Yeah, regression perfect तो होता नहीं है. R square we are not getting 1. In fact, if we get 1, there is something fishy going on. So still coefficient we got, but what is the range of coefficients in which we would be confident that although our exact coefficient may not be correct, may not be fitting the actual value, but there is a range of coefficient, not 0 to 1 or 0 to infinity, but there is a specific range of coefficient we can give. The actual coefficient will be in that range. We are say 90% confidence or 95% confidence. So this level of confidence has the same meaning as we have already seen in hypothesis testing. Level of significance होता है, उसका complementary is level of confidence. If level of significance is 0.05, that is 5%, level of confidence is 95%. So here we are calculating that range. The process is exactly same. Yeah, fortunately, we have seen that before this, much before this session. So confidence interval कैसे find out करते थे? Yeah. In hypothesis testing. Yes. So first we decide the confidence interval, confidence level, say 95%. So we will have 5% in two tails. So 2.5%, 2.5% in both the tails. Corresponding Z values we will find out. Corresponding critical Z values we will find out. Or then we will convert the Z values into in terms of the variable in consideration. Yeah. Convert the Z values in terms of the variable in consideration. Okay. So that is the same thing we are doing. We have selected 95% confidence level. So 95% confidence interval for this variable, latitude. Latitude was one of the variable. If you remember, in the example in the beginning of the class we discussed, we saw latitude, elevation, and population are the three variables. So in latitude variable, this is the standard error, that is the standard deviation, and this is the t value, that is the z value. Yeah, this is the z value we can get for this value. This value should be this far from the hypothesized value. Hypothesized value in all these cases is 0. Does it make sense? Hypothesized value of all these coefficients for each of these variables is 0. Why? Because we are trying to prove that there is a significant effect of these variables. That is our alternative hypothesis. There is a significant effect. So what will be the null hypothesis? There is no significant effect. No significant implies coefficient is 0. So here, when we are using hypothesis testing, the corresponding null hypothesis for each case is coefficient corresponding to that variable is 0. Making sense? To apply hypothesis testing in this situation? Null hypothesis is coefficient is 0. And this is our coefficient from the sample. We are trying to find out how far it is. It is this far, 2.77 standard deviations far from 0. That is the null hypothesis value. Yeah. So how do we get this value 2.77 if we divide the coefficient by the standard deviation? Actually, how do we calculate the Z value? Yeah, you want to give it some more thought. So Z value कैसे कैलकुलेट करते थे? T जो है वो Z डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का ही भाई है, हम देख चुके हैं. Z वैल्यू कैसे कैलकुलेट करते थे? xi minus x bar divided by standard deviation. Yeah. So this is the Z value. So xi is this. This is xi. X bar is the hypothesized value, which is 0, and standard deviation is this. So effectively, as all the coefficients hypothesized value is 0, we will just divide this coefficient by the standard error to get this t value, which is like z value only. Yeah. So ये मिलेगा, और इस situation का corresponding 95% confidence interval is this. So that means for the variable latitude, although we are getting this coefficient, we can say with 95% confidence that it will be between 0.129 and 0.915. Yeah, हुआ. Can you interpret elevation? About elevation, similar to what we did with latitude? Can anybody speak out? How do we interpret elevation from this table? Elevation की value क्या क्या हो सकती है, कितनी हम expect कर रहे हैं, और 95% श्योर हम किस रेंज में मिलने की आशा रख रहे हैं. यस. शीतल, स्वरूपा, दिशा, शशांक, ललित, ग्लैडविन, केतकी. Yes, Ketaki, among the names I said, Ketaki is, I think, the most silent person so far in this respect. Yeah. So Ketaki, please tell us, how do we interpret? अरे ये पहले आ गया. Okay, yes. So how do we interpret about elevation from this table? Ketaki. Ketaki, please switch off Netflix. I'm just, yeah, taking a guess. Yes, Ketiki, how do we interpret about elevation? Hmm. Z value also you can make a arrow. What is Z value here? Yeah, so this Z value is Z. Yes. Okay. क्या नहीं बोलना है? नहीं बोलना है? Yes, this is strange. Why this simple thing cannot be done? Check, check. Yes. Yes, अब disconnect वगैरह हो गया क्या? No, there are no messages also.
No, sir, you're audible.
Yes, okay. Yeah. So who will give it a try? How do we interpret this table to say something about elevation? The expected influence of elevation is 0.03, and we expect this coefficient to be between minus 0.004 and 0.001. Yes, with 95% confidence. We are 95% confidence that this coefficient will be between minus 0.004 and 0.001. So that means, interestingly, that means the coefficient value of 0 is included in this range. Coefficient value of 0 is included in this range. So we can interpret that this coefficient is not that different from 0. So this is not a variable which should be included in predicting the dependent variable. Okay. Yeah, so this much is there. And I hope you understand what is p-value. p-value क्या होता है? p-value हमने define किया था hypothesis testing में. p-value was defined. If not, then we left out something important. So it is just a matter of definition, okay? So p-value, this what we were doing in hypothesis testing. So this is the suppose significance level. So this is significance level. Yeah. So जो sample की value आ रही थी, this is the hypothesized mean, H naught mean. Yeah. So जो sample की जो value आ रही थी, so how probable it is? In normal distribution problem, we have found out that probability. How probable it is to get a value here? So probability in this region. So this has a name. This has a name. Every time we need not formulate the entire problem to specify what we mean. So this area is called the p-value. A p-value. Yeah. So this is the p-value here. So p-value is high means ये बीचों बीच कहीं आ रहा है इसलिए इतना एरिया कवर कर रहा है. p value is low means it is very far somewhere here. It is very far somewhere here, and we should reject the null hypothesis. That null hypothesis is coefficient is 0. So p value कम होना यहाँ पे अच्छी बात है. मतलब p value is far from the hypothesized value of 0. So if p value is less, that also shows that this variable is significant. Here p value is less. Here p value is not that much less for elevation. So we should not include this variable. Again, a population का जो भी हो, log of population has less p value. So again, use this. Constant का कोई खास analysis तो है नहीं. Yeah, constant is constant. So this effectively completes our course on research methods. So how do we celebrate Iti Swaha something? Yeah, and yeah, in church, I want to visit a church. And there is a church nearby, very old church, I think hundreds of years. Almost the same time when COEP was established, almost. Oh, क्या नाम है नाम मैं भूल गया. It's at a walking distance. It's inside a university again. Yeah. So I'll visit that church. I want to visit that church. Yeah. Maybe on a Sunday I'll try. Yeah, in church, after everything we say Amen, right? So we can say Amen here. And let us see, we can discuss few problems in the next session. Are, yeah, that session has started. So you please join that YouTube session. Sorry, yeah, I'll close the recording and close the session. So yes, yes, yes. Ojas, please, Ojas and everybody, please.